seen the same guy that was like, yo, that hustling shit is dead, man. I'm making $16 an hour and I'm only 19. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was out the window.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, man, I did one little stint. All of a sudden, I'm on the run. You see what I'm saying? Where I wind up? NC. I think since 87, it's just been a damn a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? A 20-year roller coaster ride. You know, it's finally right now, you know, actually eyes actually open up and, you know, realizing, you know, there's much more to life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Than the little mediocre little business and stuff like that, you know? But God is good, man. You know, He enlightened us when we need to be enlightened.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He never steers us in the wrong direction, you know? I'm definitely blessed, B. For real. That's how I look at it. I'm definitely blessed.
It's a bit hot, type hot out here, so weighing myself off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, African kid.
There's actually one of them is Caribbean dude. They had on purple. Orange. Okay. That's the orange. I know what you're talking about. Okay. This is everything in there is basically on. They wear white tops, but the floors are orange, chairs are orange. Back to the story. For me, you know, I did my time in the streets, and my life, I got to a crossroads, and I had to make a decision. It was either go to prison, get murdered in the streets, like a lot of my partners did, or join the military. I joined the military, and it worked out for me. You know, I've been to combat a few times, and seen a lot of not die. You know, I've been injured myself, but God carried me through all of it. You know, and I'm here doing this thing that I'm doing right now. Who's to say what it's going to become? You know, and it's not like something I planned. You know, I just started doing it like 2 days ago. 2 days ago. You know what I mean? It was just, you know, I figured I could do something with my time, make use of my time, and make use of the stories that we have to tell. And you know, we'll see how it turns out. But you know, it could have been I could have been doing this from behind bars, or somebody else could have been doing it about me. You know, like in my memorial or something like that. You know what I mean? Remember. And then, you know, after a while, dude's gonna forget you. You know, and the thing is, what do you leave behind? I'm trying to leave behind something. Yeah, exactly, a legacy. So, what we're gonna do right now? Let's give you a shot at the neighborhood right now. This is you got a lot of Mexicans and Chinese over in this area. A few years ago, you would have never seen this. First of all, we didn't see any Mexicans in Brooklyn. There were no Mexicans, and then all the Chinese were in Manhattan. But you know,
Diversity.
Yeah, diversifying.
You got the Hasidics on the other side. You know, it's like a gumbo.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a gumbo.
Yeah. But
That's what it is, though, man.
I love New York. I love Brooklyn, man. I love my people. You know, it's not always the most loving place and the most forgiving place, and it's not always welcoming, but you know,
it's home.
It's home, exactly.
It's home.
Sometimes, you know, I ask myself questions like, people, you know, come up in bad places, and I always ask myself, why don't they just leave when they get the opportunity? But it's home.
It's home. It's gonna do.
Yeah. You know, I've left somewhat. You know, I joined the military and it got me out. You know, and I've been out on the steady for 16 years, but I'm planning on coming back. You know, as a matter of fact, in a few months, you know, I'm about to retire from the military, you know, and I'm going to come home and, you know, live between New York and Puerto Rico. But, you know, I still can't let go of New York.
Might as well move to the Bronx.
Greatest city in the world. Actually, that was the plan, isn't it?
You got your Puerto Rico and you got your DR.
Yeah, DR, yeah. That would be like moving to the Dominican Republic straight.
Oh yeah, they done took over everywhere.
What's that, Washington
God
Heights?
bless DR, yeah, Washington Heights. God bless DR, man.
I'll let y'all see the neighborhood while we're driving through. Give you, some idea of, how the neighborhood's changed. Like, where we just came from was all dark-skinned people. Now over here, you see Jews, and Chinese, and some Mexicans. They all don't own all the fruit markets over here. But the restaurants are all Chinese. Look at, look up. You got Chinese restaurant, and then you got a Mexican food stand. That's the biggest, they're from two different parts of the world. And how did you get that mixed in?
Hard working people, though.
Yeah. Drove by New York's best, New York's finest, or whatever you call them. And that little patio wagon. They're probably over here getting Chinese food for lunch. There's a lot of construction over here. One thing you will notice about New York, they always working on the streets and the bridges, and don't ever seem like anything is ever getting done. Because you go by the same places, and they've been doing construction for the past 20 years in the same places.
No, that's right, G. That's only on the streets.
Yeah,
that's only on the streets.
Yeah.
If you look at it, Brooklyn totally done a transformation.
Oh yeah, true.
Right?
True.
Look at Clinton Hills.
Yeah.
Remember that was all.
Well, it also depends on who's doing the reconstruction.
It's a re-gentrification.
The Jews, my people, they come when they go do something. When they go and do work, they're gonna do it. They go change the whole neighborhoods, and they bring in all their people. You know what I mean? And that's that's understandable.
About Williamsburg.
Yes, Williamsburg, totally. Yeah, completely.
Totally.
What's that? Greenpoint? Williamsburg? Yeah, all that.
It's like the Jews and the Polish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Coney Island, what? The Russians?
Coney Island, Bay Ridge.
Bay Ridge.
Bay Ridge used to be all Italians.
Exactly. Everybody moving out there to Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
Staten Island and way deep in Long Island.
Yeah.
Suffolk County.
I used to live in Bay Ridge, and the Russians and the Italians, they don't discriminate against us. They treat everybody the same. If you don't bring them no trouble, they ain't gonna bring you none. And the neighborhood was the safest neighborhood I ever lived in New York. Might be one of the safest neighborhoods I ever lived in the world, to be honest. As a matter of fact, that's what we're going to. We're on our way to Bay Ridge. But we're gonna save some of this battery and we get back when we get to the spot. Fade to black.